Are you a Christian and sympathetic to the six-day view of creation? Are you kidding yourself in so doing? Let's explore. It may surprise some that in fact every Bible-believing Christian believes in a six-day creation. It was in the book of Exodus that God himself said, "In 6 days the Lord made heaven and earth, the sea and all that is in them, and rested on the seventh day." Perhaps we may ask as to the length of the days over which God created. Here then are 2 reasons to think that normal calendar days are in view. Number 1, the meaning of the word day. The statement the Lord made concerning his creation over 6 days does not occur in isolation, but as grounds for imitation with respect to Israel's working week. 6 days you shall labour and do all your work, but the 7th day is a Sabbath to the Lord your God. For in 6 days the Lord made heaven and earth and rested on the 7th. Imagine if someone said God worked over 6 eons of time, then rested. Therefore, you should stop to work after 6 calendar days. There's a suspicious link here in the logical chain. Perhaps, rather, we should stop to rest after 6 calendar days because God, in whose image we were made, did also. At this point, someone may retort that in fact, what we should model is not the temporal duration of God's creation week, but the pattern of the 6 and 1 for work and rest. This point is taken up by an eminent philosopher and apologist.
What the Exodus passage is talking about, clearly, is the pattern that is set down in Genesis. But that doesn't mean to say that because the pattern is the same, that therefore the periods of time are therefore exactly the same length as our ordinary calendar days.
This leads us to our second reason, the choice of the word day. Consider this. When a period of time other than a calendar day is used in a 6 and 1 pattern and in the books of Moses, a different Hebrew word is used. Exodus 21 says, "If you buy a Hebrew servant, he is to serve you for 6 years, but in the 7th year he shall go free." 2 chapters later it says, "For 6 years you are to sow your fields and harvest the crops, but during the 7th year let the land lie fallow." And in Leviticus, on the 1st day of the 7th month, you are to have a day of Sabbath rest. Look too at the clear meaning of 6 days elsewhere in the book of Exodus. Exodus 16 says, 6 days you are to gather it, but on the 7th day, the Sabbath, there will not be any. For 6 days work is to be done, but the 7th day shall be your holy day. Is it more plausible or implausible then to understand God's 6 days of creation in concert with 6 days as relayed elsewhere in Exodus or the books of Moses? Let me know your thoughts and views in the comments below.